Good morning, Emerald.
Good morning, teachers. Good morning, classmates. It's nice to see you again.
So, may I ask Miss Barbie to lead the prayer for our class for today?
Lord, thank you for this day, and I hope that we can gain knowledge for you. Amen.
Thank you, Barbie. So, pick up the trash that if there's any, so, and arrange the chairs.
Cheers.
So, good morning again. Ted Emerald. So, may I ask Mrs. Belami if there's absence for today?
For today, there's no absentees.
Thank you, Miss Belami. So, yesterday we discussed about what lesson. May I ask kung sino nakakalam?
Sorry.
So, Sweet.
So, as far as I remember po, we discussed yesterday about stoichiometry. Stoichiometry po is a branch of chemistry that deals with the quantitative relationship between substances in a chemical reaction po.
So, thank you, Mr. Wood. Very good. Any addition? Miss Kevin? Mr. Kevin?
Chemistry is used to predict the amount of substance involved in a reaction and interpret the outcomes of chemical reaction.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Kevin. So,
Very good for remembering what we've discussed yesterday. So I know every one of you is waiting for the weekends to come to relax and enjoy. But for today, I want you to enjoy and participate in the game that Mr. Barnes and I prepared for you. This game is called Unravel the Mystery. So the mechanics of this game is just simple. A wheel containing your name will be spun, and whoever gets chosen will be the one to answer what is being asked in the PPT. So please, Mr. Barnes. So for our next player, again, what is volume?
The three-dimensional space occupied by a substance or object quantified in units of length cubed.
For our last lucky player is
Ramirez. Look. Wala, apa?
your question is
A measure of the average kinetic energy of particles within a substance, reflecting the intensity of thermal energy.
Wait lang ito.
okay. Is Mr. Pa's answer correct? What do you think?
Yes!
Okay. So meron siyang ice cream pero hindi malaki. Next is, since we've done with our introductory game, I hope you enjoyed it, no? I have a question lang para sa inyo. First is, are the words difficult to decipher or to solve?
No.
Why? Because there are rules provided, di ba? So, therefore, next time, hindi hirapan mo pa. Para hindi nyo na siya makalaan. Okay, next question is, how do you think these words are related to our topic? Any idea? Wild guess. How do you think these words are related to our topic today? Walang idea? Okay, Mr. Tapa, meron ba?
I think these words that we about this words that we will are things that we will need on our topic today in order to for example is magamit po natin.
Okay, that is very good. That is also correct. However, to deepen that, we will unravel that mystery later. And we will begin by outlining our objectives for today's lesson. Our objectives for today is explain the relationship between pressure, volume, and temperature as described by the gas laws. Are you familiar with gas laws? Or hindi pa? Is it new? Pass at ninyo?
Yes.
Okay, so mamaya malalaman nyo kung ano yun. Next is volume, the significance and applications of understanding gas laws in our everyday lives and various fields through interactive discussions and demonstrations. So I hope mamaya maging active kayo when it comes kapag nagtatanong ako. And also, be ready because we will be conducting a mini experiment. So, simple, precautionary lang. Handle the things with caution. Huwag niyong hayaang mapasok kayo or malamigan masyado. Okay? Huwag niyong agad siyang ibababa doon sa lalagay natin kasi may babasagay po tayo naman. Then third is use mathematical equations and formulas to solve gas laws problems. That is why I asked you to bring your calculators for today. Did you bring your calculators?
Yes.
Kindly take it out. Sa mga walang calculators, I allow you to use your cell phones for today, but for today only. Kasi kapag exam na, those are strictly prohibited na po. And make sure that you will only use your calculator apps kasi hindi nyo gagawin kung gagamit kayo ng iba, and you're confiscated. So, what are gas laws? Any idea? Right? Mula dito, what do you think are gas laws? Sinong may idea? Okay, wala? Mr. Garces.
Gas laws are important and fundamental concepts in physics as they undergo and tackle the relationship between pressure, volume, and temperature in its application.
Okay, that is correct, Mr. Garces. Thank you. So, gas laws are concepts. Also, they are principles that describe the behavior of gases under different conditions. These laws establish the relationships or connections between the properties of gases. And which are those properties? Yun yung volume, temperature, and pressure that we've already encountered during our introductory game. So, developed in the beginning of 17th century, these gas laws are still applied across various fields, including science, technology, and more particularly in engineering. Bakit nga ba sila ginagamit? Because they are used to explain and predict how gases react or behave when they are subjected into a certain type of condition. Do you get?
Yes.
So overall, we have 6 gas laws, which are, combined gas law, ideal gas law, Avogadro's, Green-Lussac's, Charles, and Boyle's law. However, for today, we're just going to talk about Boyle's law and Charles' law, as the remaining gas laws are more complex and needs more time for integration po. Are you ready?
Yes.
So, ito po yung kanilang diagram. So, this is how the particles move in Boyle's law, and this is the diagram of Charles' law. So, Charles' law, the important thing in Charles' law are the separator. So, that's why you see here a hot or a fire, and then here is an ice, because that defines how Charles' law works. So next, Boyle's law was formulated by the Irish scientist named Robert A. Boyle in 1662. It is said that the formulation of this was intriguing and also complex, as there are many processes and investigation that had been done. However, we're not gonna be discussing that kasi ang i-discuss natin is yung concept mismo ng Boyle. So how it works and where is it applied, kung paano siya gumagana sa ating pang-araw-araw na buhay, and also the problems or word problems involving it. Sige din ang alam ko, Mr. Perez, but thank you. At according to Boyle's law, at a constant temperature, the pressure of a gas is inversely proportional to its volume. What does that mean sa palagay niyo, class? What is the relationship between volume and pressure in Boyle's law? Is it direct or indirect? Yes, Mr. Vigano.
Ano po? From the word inversely po, parang indirect po. Whenever the pressure comes up, the volume goes down, and vice versa po, whenever the pressure goes down, the volume goes up.
Okay, that is very correct, Mr. Vigano, no? So, for you to understand it better, I will use a graph. I'm going to show you how it works using a graph. So, here we'll draw right hand. So, we'll put P here. P is what? Pressure, right?
Yes.
And then V is
Volume.
Okay, I put an arrow here. What does it represent?
Rise.
Okay,
Increase.
so ano naman to? Is it 0, right?
Yes.
Then you'll put a parabola here. This is the diagram or graph that represents how Boyle's law works. So, ituturo ko sa inyo kung paano. As I decrease the pressure, pababa siya, ano nangyayari sa volume?
Increase.
Decrease, right? Pero kapag binawasan ko yung volume, what happens to the pressure then?
Increase.
Right. And ganito lang yun. But always remember that at Boyle's law, it is important to consider the temperature. Dahil dito, ang temperature will always be and will have to be constant. What do we mean by constant? You have an idea about constant? Yes, please.
Yes, when we mean by a constant or the temperature is constant, it means that the temperature does not change.
Okay, thank you. That is correct. So, since alam na yung concept ng Boyle's law, let us now move forward with its application. Are you familiar with syringe?
Yes.
Yes. Are you scared of it?
Yes.
Ano, ganito kalaki?
Of course.
Ganito kalaki naman sa inyo. Are you scared or not?
Yes.
But do you know how this works? Kung paano papasok yung dugo, kung paano lumalabas yung dugo or substance in it? No. So, ituturo ko sa inyo. But first, let me tell you the parts of this syringe. So, syringes have 3 parts, pero as of now, we have 2 lang kasi wala yung middle. So, this is the plunger and this is the barrel. And then, kung may needle na, dito siya nilalagay. So, this is how it works. As you push the plunger, yan. Okay, I push the plunger. What happens to the space inside the barrel? Dito, space. What happens to the space inside the barrel?
Decrease.
Does it increase or increase?
Decrease.
Yes, yes. And what happens when there is a decrease in volume?
Increase in pressure.
Increase in pressure. Why? Why there is an increase in pressure? Because the particles moving inside does not move freely. Therefore, they collide with each other more often, creating a more force. Do you understand? There is a more force if the volume is decreased. However, when we pull back the plunger, what happens to the space inside or the volume inside?
Increase.
Then what happens to the pressure? Does it increase or decrease?
Decrease.
That is the inverse relationship between the volume and pressure. Ngayon, kung tatanungin nyo, ma'am, how does blood drawn in here and how does the blood expels from it? So when you push it, right, like that, the pressure pushes the liquid or the substance outside. And then when you pull it, the pressure, hinihila niya yung substance or yung liquid papasok kasi tumataas din yung volume niya. There is a more space for the substance to be placed inside. Do you understand?
Yes.
So now, I want you to do it on your own. We have here 4 syringes. Okay. I will be giving it to you. Oy, may nagbukas ng marshmallow dito. Okay. And then, I want you all to pull out the plunger. Sige. Mag-collaborate kayo and observe what happens to the syringe. I will be giving you a marshmallow. 1 marshmallow. Make sure that you don't flare or ruin the marshmallow because it will not work. And then,
Ano ba? Ma'am, do we put it inside po?
yes po. Who wants to eat marshmallows?
Okay.
Okay. Now, did you put already the marshmallow?
Yes.
Then, push back the plunger.
Push back.
I mean, pull back the plunger. I'm sorry. Observe what happens to the marshmallow. What happens? Does it expand or does it shrink?
Expand.
Guys, does it shrink or does it expand? Expand. Then push back. Push it back. What happens to the marshmallow?
Shrink.
So who can explain the concept behind it according to what we've discussed? Kahit lang. Anyone? Mr. Vigante, do you have any idea?
Ma'am, try lang po ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Bali po, to analyze the concept po, the volume of the space, the pressure increases po. So, the volume or the size of the marshmallow decreases. Tapos po, as I pull back, the pressure decreases. So, then the marshmallow po increases the size po.
Okay, very good. So just to make it clear, something change its size according to its air pressure in the barrel. So may I borrow that? So ang marshmallow, they are known to have tiny pockets or air pockets inside them. So again, I will do it. When you pull back, nag-expand siya. Okay, hindi na nag-expand. Nasira na yung ano. Nag-expand kaunti. That's because the volume increases and the pressure decreases. And that decrease in pressure allows the marshmallow to expand. Kaya kapag pinush back mo na siya, nag-shrink siya, ay kaya na wala na rin. Wait lang, maglalagay tayo para mas makita nyo. So, when you push back ulit, ayan, lumiliit siya, di ba? Because the volume nga ulit, nagde-decrease. And the collision of particles within this space is strength or malakas. So, yung force na yun yung pumipikpit or it causes the marshmallow to shrink. Do you understand? Is it fun?
Yes!
Do you already know how syringes work?
Yes!
Takot pa rin kayo sa syringe?
Yes!
Now that you already know how syringes work, syempre, let's apply it on a word problem. I want here a piston. Please read someone. Mr. Tapang.
A piston is initially at a pressure of 4.3 atm and is compressed to a pressure of 8.6 atm. the final volume is 2.45 liters, what was the initial volume of the system, assuming that the temperature stays constant?
So, what do you think is the first step in analyzing or answering a word problem? It is given up. What do you think? When solving a word problem, what is the first step? Yes, Mr. Bayante?
The first step po is understanding what the problem wants you to find and identifying the given values given by the problem.
Okay, that is correct. When answering a word problem, you must always remember that the first thing that we have to do is to understand the problem, understand the concept, and understand the principle that works behind it. After you analyze the problem, then you can identify the given values. Ngayon, si Gastos, I have a question. How do you think do you identify if it's an initial or final condition, or what we're looking for is volume, temperature, or pressure? Paano natin siya hinahanap? Do you have any idea? Ms. Flores.
I think for that we can identify from the given what we are looking for, like as sabi niyo po na pressure or volume, by looking at the units po from the given, yun po, yung mga given.
Okay, that is correct. So we have two identification here. First is to identify the condition of the value and to identify what is the value. To identify the condition, we have only two, initial and final condition. For initial condition, you have to look for phrases that indicates initial condition. For example, the word initial, it indicates an initial condition. We also use the original. We also use the preposition from to indicate the initial condition of something or of the value. Whereas if we are going to look for the final conditions, we have to look for phrases or keywords like what will be the new, to, like from, to, something like that. And then we also use the final. Yun yung pinaka-common na ginagamit. Final. Now, according to what Ms. Belabni said, we identify if the value is temperature, volume, or pressure according to its unit. Now, sa unit tayo magkakalo. For pressure, the most common units that we use is kilopascals and atmosphere. For volume, we use lento. When we talk about volume, it's the length because it's the space that the substance occupies. We usually use in gaseous, liter, and cubic meters. For temperatures, we use Fahrenheit, degree Fahrenheit, degree Celsius, and Kelvin. But always remember, class, that in gaseous, Kelvin is the standard unit of temperature. Thus, when you see a value that is expressed in Fahrenheit and in Celsius, you have to convert it in Kelvin. Later on, you will find out, or you will learn how to convert degree Celsius most common into Kelvin. But then again, it is not limited here. This is just what we usually use. But we also use the inch cubic. Yeah, we also use the inch cubic kung pwede, but it's really rare. For kPa and atmosphere, we also use pascals. It depends. But when answering a problem, always remember that what you use in pressure initial, if your pressure initial is kPa, then your pressure final must be in kPa too. Consistency is the key in analyzing. So here, the given are, what do you think is 4.3?
Initial pressure.
4.3, okay. And then, what is the final pressure?
8.6 ATM.
You can use your calculators na para ma-even. And then the volume final is 2.45.
2.45.
Kasi nakalagay naman final, diba? 2.45. So, now, paano siya i-calculate? According to Boyle's law, the relationship expressed is equals to P sub 1 times P sub 1 is equals to P sub 2 times P sub 2. So, if we have here P sub 1 equals to P sub 2 equals to Palagay nyo, anong formula yung gagamitin natin? We are on the second step na, identifying the formula to be used in order always remember that when you're answering, huwag kayong natatakot dahil sa mga word problem. So we are looking for V sub 1. So here, V sub 1, you need to derive. Sa mga ganitong bagay, sa derivation, lalo na if it's an inverse relationship, always remember that kung ano yung katabi mong hinahanap mo, will always be the denominator. So if P1, if you're looking for P1, your denominator will automatically be P1. And then the other side of the equation, which are both given, will be your numerator. So third step is substituting the value. So P1 is equal to P2. What do we have for P2? 8.6
ATM.
Pasensya na ako yung pagsulat ko. Next is, for P1, for P2 we have 2.45
Liters.
liters. And then all over, what is our P1?
4.3 ATM.
4.3. Do the math. Okay, use your calculators. Kahit huwag nyo nalagyan ng parentheses. Am I correct? Okay, sabi ko. So, okay, who got the answer? Mr. Ramirez.
The answer is 4.9.
Okay, 4.9 liters. Kindly check it. Is it correct, Mr. Cortez? Yes. It is correct. Paano ko lang nangyari yun? Bakit liters na naging natin? How do you think did that happen? Yes, Mr. Any other hand? Please. Sige, kinaliwak na lang. Other hands, please. Miss Karen, you have answer? Wala. Why do you think we use liter as the final unit in this answer? Okay, sige. Si Mr. Amrito.
Yung ATM po, since meron po yung sa numerator na ATM, yung sa denominator na ATM din, we cancel.
Okay, that is right. And what is the rule for canceling, Mr. Amrito? Do we cancel the same unit with the same numerator parehas or do we not?
No.
No. Okay, that is the rule when you are canceling a unit. You only cancel from numerator and the denominator. Hindi siya pwede, meron kang ATM dito, meron kang ATM hindi ka cancel. So that is not appropriate. Mali, magkakaroon na ng yield na balance record. So the final answer for this problem is 4.9 liters. Did you all get the same answer?
Yes.
Correct. Next problem. Okay lang po kayo na?
Yes po.
I will be sending the PPT to you. We will be sending the PPT to you. Para you can know. Next question. Who wants to read? Read lang. O kahit sagot. Pwede, basta masagutan niyo. Mr. Baka.
Example of gas occupies a volume of 2.5 liters and a pressure of 1.8 atm. If the gas is compressed to a volume of 1.8 liters at a constant temperature, what will be the new pressure be in kilopascal? In every 1 atm, there is 1 to 1.325 kilopascal.
Okay, again, first step is to identify the given values. Who can give you the given values here? And what we're looking for. Sinong gusto mo mag-ano? Try lang. I will guide you here and go. Okay, so the piece of one here, or the initial pressure, is 2.5 liters. 1.8 atmosphere. Then the initial volume is 2.5. Bakit 2.5? Ma'am, wala naman itong words or phrases we use here. Kapag wala kayo nakitang initial or conditional phrases na nag-indicate which condition it is, the best thing that you do is to identify kung ano yung naunang binanggit. Since here, ang unang binanggit is 1.8 atm, therefore, yun yung initial pressure niya. And dito, binanggit yung 2.5 liters una, then yun yung volume initial niya, 2.5 liters. Next, another is, P sub 2 natin is 1.3 liters. Kasi siya yung
Yes.
Okay. Now that we understand, or now that we've derived the formula, we will substitute. Okay, ako nang substitute and you do the calculations. 1.8 atmosphere. And then times piece of 1. Ay, piece of 4. Sorry. 2.5 liters. All over. Piece of 1.8 liters. What did you get? 3.5 ATM. However, there is a problem. Ang tanong dito, ang factor dito, express your answer in kilopascal. And the conversion factor is indicated. It is said to me that in every 1 atmosphere, there is 101.325 kilopascals. We usually use 101 kilopascals lang. Pero if you want to be precise or accurate, you can put the decimals. Para mag-convert naman kayo, gagawin niyo lang yung given na conversion factor. So dito, 3.5, put it here, ATM. And then, ilalagay nyo yung conversion factor. Ano tatanong nasa baba? Is it ATM or it should be kilopascal? Should it be ATM?
ATM.
Why is it ATM lang?
Because we need to cancel.
Yes, okay, that is correct. So, 101.325 is equals to 1. And cancel this. Ang gagawin nyo, 33.5 plus 101.325 divided by 1. What did you get?
354.60.
Ulit. Plus
354.6.
tingnan natin kung tama. Okay, that is correct. 354.6. Now, nasatisfy ba yung tanong?
Yes.
Kasi naka-express na siya in KPA. So that is your final answer. Always remember that when you're answering, you have to box or circle your final answer para ma-identify mo that. So for our last problem, I need someone to answer it on the board. Sino kaya ang matapang na magsasagot? Pero do you understand that or you have any questions? How about conversion factors? Wala kayong questions? Are you sure?
Question lang po, ma'am.
Yes.
Usually po ba 1 decimal lang po tayo?
It depends on the significant value. For example, if the given value in the problem has 2 decimal places, for your final answer, you have to use 2 decimal places. But if the given values here have 1 decimal places only like this, then you can use 1 decimal places lang. But you do the roundout whenever you use decimal places, you roundout kayo. And nadagdag ko lang, when it comes to conversion factors, usually it is not given by your teacher. So you have to memorize it. It would be an advantage for you if you memorize it or magiging stock knowledge na. Kasi as you go further with your higher years, mas madali na lang siya masasagutan. So in most cases talaga, this is not given by your teachers. You have to understand it yourself. So whenever you have free time, you can search it online kasi lagi naman yan nandiyan sa video. So for our last problem with Boyle's law, sige. Next. Here. Ito pala siya. But before that, let me explain what it is to you. These are the further examples or even examples of Boyle's law. Scuba diving. Do you want to scuba dive soon?
Yes.
So, is it one of your bucket list? So, whenever or kapag in the future, nakapag-scuba dive na kayo, remember that Boyle's law is also applied to it kasi it has something to do with the pressure. And then also the breathing. Kapag huminga tayo, Boyle's law is also applied to that. Why? Kasi when we breathe, inhale. Your lungs contract. Thus the pressure increases. But when you breathe out. Okay, breathe out ulit. Sige lang. Joke lang. When you breathe out, the volume of your lungs
first place awesome.
Mike to answer this on the board, please. First step, Mr. Garces, what is the first step?
First step is to identify the values needed.
You can also follow guys, ha? And think kung tama ba yung kanyang sagot. Kasi magtatawag ako para i-verify yung sagot ni Mr. Garces. So this is the one, sir. So when you have free time, you can check this instructional materials para mas mag-gets mo. Explain, Mr. Garces.
So the first step in solving this problem is to identify the values given. So we are determining the second volume, the final volume, given the first pressure, the second pressure, the first volume. So this is the standard ideal gas flow equation. We have to find the final volume. So to equate that, we have to cancel out the second pressure to give us this formula. So we substitute the values and we cancel out same units so that the volume gets the liters unit. So in determining this, 2 times 360 divided by 4 is 1.5. Copy the unit which is liters. So the answer is 1.5 liters.
Okay. Is this answer correct?
Yes.
So, napansin nyo yung EOS different equation or different relationship, no? But it will yield the same answer lang. Because in physics or in chemistry, we have different types of approach. Ang importante lang that when you use your approach, make sure that it will yield the same answer, okay? You don't use other approach that does not yield the same answer. Okay? 5 laps for Mr. Garces. Mr. Garces, you have a prize for answering our question. For those who answered, did you get your prize?
Yes.
Now that we're done with the boys law, we are now going to move on with our second law, which is Charles law. It will be discussed by Mr. Burnett.
So, let's proceed to Charles Law. But before that, I would like to ask, kung sino dito ang mahilig mag-bake? Mag-bake ng cake? Mag-bake ng cake? Oh. Mr. Pelayas, can you stand up? So, in making bread, I have a question now. In making bread, what changes can you observe in the size of the dough as it bakes and compared to its final or initial volume or size?
I think, sir, nag-expand po siya dahil po sa nilalagay po natin yung tinatawag na po na yeast, nagpapextra po sa bread po.
Okay, very good. So, Mr. Pelayas mentioned this. So, but before that, let's start first what is Charles Law. So, Charles Law was formulated by French scientist Alexandre César Charles around 1787. In this law, it states that at a constant temperature, the temperature and volume has a directly proportional relationship. So, what does it mean? As we increase the temperature, the volume is also increasing. And if we decrease or if we go down the temperature, the volume will also decrease. So, I will draw a graph that represents the relationship of temperature and volume in Charles Law. So, here. So, meron tayo ditong temperature and volume. So, ano masabi sa Charles Law? That if we increase the temperature, ano mangyari sa volume?
Increases.
So, we can draw a line here into the middle. So, bakit din yan? So, In the graphic here, meron tayo natin dito number 1. Isa lang natin na number. Okay. So, as the temperature goes at number 1, number 1 din yung volume. So, that's how the relationship works. So, if one quantity is increasing, the other quantity is increasing also. Conversely, kapag nag-decrease naman sila, if this 2 goes down to 1, magiging 1 din ang isang quantity. So that's how Charles law works. So referring for our earlier example, which is baking. In baking, we use ingredient that we call yeast. So what is yeast? Yeast is consumes sugars to our dough and releases a carbon dioxide gas byproduct. So bakit may carbon dioxide gas byproduct doon? So since we are dealing with gas laws, and Charles law is typically directly proportional to its temperature and volume. Kapag nag-expand carbon dioxide gas doon sa dough, it makes the bread expand. So I will show you a picture of the concept natin. So kung makikita nyo, ganito yung bread na makikita nyo. So that small size or yung mga bulas-bulas dyan, yan yung nag-determine that carbon dioxide expands in the bread na ginawa natin or yung si Mr. George ang gumawa. So that mga small parts na yan is ino-occupy na yung space para ma-expand pa yung bread ng mas malaki. So this law is mathematically expressed as V1 over T1 is equals to V2 over T2, where V1 is our initial volume, T1 is our initial temperature, V2 is our final volume, and T2 is our final temperature. So, to make this discussion more interesting, let's conduct an experiment. So, I will be needing 2 volunteers. Anyone? Mr. Pa and Mr. Hill, come to talk with me.
Be careful.
So I want Mr. Hill to dip the water bottle that has balloon in it to hot water. So observe nyo yung mangyayari. So dip. Observe nyo yung mangyayari doon sa volume ng balloon. So Mr. Pa naman, i-dip mo naman yung water bottle sa cold water. So observe nyo ano mangyayari. So thank you for the both of you. So who can explain the concept behind that experiment? Anyone? Sige, Mr. Bayan.
So, based on the experiment we just did, we can then interpret that the pressure, the volume of the gas inside the balloon increases as temperature increases, since when we put the balloon inside the hot water, the balloon inflated, meaning that the volume of the balloon inside increases as well. Then, when temperature decreases, the volume decreases as well. Since, again, when we put the bottle in the cold water, the volume of the balloon decreases by shape.
So, very good, Mr. Bayrante. So, additional lang sa answer ni Mr. Bayrante, since nasabi niya naman lahat, since the balloon is elastic container, as we put the bottle inside the hot water, the air molecules inside it is spread out. So, since it is spread out, nagko-collide sa interior ng balloon that causes it to expand. And conversely naman, kapag nilagay naman natin sa malamig, since nagkakaroon ng slow movement yung particles doon sa loob, and nag-move sila close together, that causes the balloon to shrink. So that's how charge works. So ang good enough. So let's apply our knowledge to problem solving. So who wants to read? Irvin.
A basketball has a volume of 6.7 liters when stored indoors. When taken outside during winter, the temperature drops to 10 degrees Celsius and the volume decreases to 4.6 liters. What was the initial temperature of the basketball?
So what do you think is our given values? So meron tayo ng P1, P1, P2, P2. So what do you think is our initial temperature? So ayun ang ginawa natin. So that is our question mark. So our V1 is, so we can determine our initial volume. So Mr. Verana.
The initial volume is 6.7 liters.
So very good, Mr. Verana. And for our final temperature, since isa lang ang temperature dyan, 10 degrees. And for our final volume,
4.6.
so ano napansin nyo? What can you observe in our given values? Anyone? Mr. Flores.
Yung temperature po natin is naka-express po sa Celsius.
Okay. So, ano kayang gagawin natin sa degrees Celsius na ito?
Convert to Kelvin.
So, to convert Kelvin, you will be needing to add 273.15. So, bago natin talakayin yan, what do you think we need to use Kelvin in solving gas laws? Do you have any guys idea? Any other hands? Sige, Mr. Verana.
We have to convert the Celsius to Kelvin since Kelvin is the standard unit of temperature when it comes to dealing with gases.
So yes, very good. So in Kelvin, this unit is the dito natin mararanasan yung hottest or coldest possible value na pwede natin nakuha. So the coldest value na pwede natin nakuha is kung i-convert natin siya into degrees Celsius is 273.50 degrees Celsius. So dahil hindi natin need na magkaroon ng negative values in our equation since this doesn't make any sense kapag nagkaroon tayo ng negative value sa ating we need to add 272.15 Kelvin to it. So meron tayong 10 degrees. Is equals to 283.15. So, since na-convert na natin ang given values natin, so, this guy naman, hanapin natin yung appropriate formula for this. So, since alam natin na P1 is P1 over V1 is equals to P2 over P2. So, paano kaya tayo ma-modify ng ating formula? So, since iba to sa formula na discuss ni Ms. Benito, in this type of formula, we need to cross-multiply each. After we cross-multiply each, V1, V2 is equals to V1, V2. So, since ang hinahanap natin dyan ay initial temperature, mag-divide tayo ngayon both side ng V2. So, ang natira natin sa left formula natin is T1. So, nag-satisfy na siya sa formula na hindi gusto natin. So, this formula we will be using this formula to solve this type of problem. So yan. So plugging in. So sino bang may calculator dyan? I-plugging in na lang. Ano sa dots? Mr. Pa.
412.
So, very good, very good. So that's how Charles law works, and that's how we calculate Charles law problem. So another problem. So this kind of problem is very tricky siya, since given natin is typically nasa liter siya, pero ito nasa cubic meter. So paano natin siya gagawin? Since ang temperature natin ay nasa Kelvin na, hindi na natin siya i-convert pa. So, dahil ang ginagawa is yung final volume, ang sino natin ay 550 Kelvin. And iba natin is 450. P2 is our 560. And P2 and so the formula is gamitin natin ang cross multiply katulad kanina. Tanggalin natin ito. Dahil ang hinahanap natin is marami tayo bago. Since ang hinahanap natin is final temperature, ay final volume, iyan naman, divide naman tayo dito ng P1. So, cancelling. P2 is equals to P1, P2 over P1. So, this formula will be used in solving this kind of problem. So, plugging in lang. So, yan. So, take out your calculator and plug in this value. So 560 ito na typographic error na. So what's the answer, sir?
484.42 Kelvin.
So
cubic meter.
that's all. Tama. So yung cubic meter natin, paano naman kapag convert ng centiliters? At may idea ba kayo? Idea ba? So kung ano, kapag ito, in the question answer, ask if to convert to liters, we just need to 44. We just need to multiply into 8,000. Since in every cubic meter, there's 1,000 liters. So canceling, karoon tayo na 420 liters. So that's how Charles law works. So may naintindihan ba? Any questions, guys?
None po.
So let's proceed to our performance task that will be discussed by Ms. Pinito.
For our performance task, we have exploring science meets arts, exploring glass laws through active demonstration and experimentation. So for this, each group will conduct both experiments following the provided procedures. After completing the experiment, we will present the data or insights using AKAT presentation. So this is the procedure. The first experiment for us is for Boyle's law, which is Cartesian diver experiment. So I have here a button. For each group, kindly insert this diver. This is your scuba scuba diver, imagining it. Okay? Insert it. Pasok mo siya. And then sarado mo dali. And see how it works.
Open mo, open mo. Lagay, level tayo. Wow. Yeah. Tapos.
Pinch it.
Full force.
Ayun.
Close it properly, Bilal.
Yeah. Close it properly and then pinch it. Ayun. So, yeah. So, for our second experiment is a dented ping pong ball. So, since we've done that before, I know that you already know it. So, when you put a ping pong ball in the hot water, its dent goes back to its original form. So, nafe-fix siya. So, kung na-dent siya, yung shape niya, pabalik sa dami and dent. So, that's it. So, since everyone got the same answers during this observation, all of you got perfect scores. So, recommendations or suggestion, I suggest that next time that you will present your insight or analysis, make sure that your voice are malakas so that your classmates can hear you. So, for assimilation, Mr. Cardesco will discuss.
So for our assimilation, I represent, I will be grouping into two groups po muna. So I want you to count 1, 2.
2.
1. So all of the group 1, punta din sa harap. Yeah, so I represent from each group will draw lots to determine which gas law their team will solve. So once the law is selected, each group lines up in a team of 7. So yun, after solving problem. So yung score natin ay 15 points kapag yung announced and solved problem is correct. Announced and solved answer is correct, and 10 points if the solution is correct and the announced answer is incorrect, and 5 points if the announced answer is incorrect and the both solution is incorrect also.
So, group 1, what did you get? Final answer? Who's group 1? 5.5. Okay. For group 2, 9.5 meters. Okay. They both got the correct answer. However, group 1, mali yung solution nyo. But how did you come up with the correct answer? Huh? Okay, ganun. So, for group 1, you got 10 points. For group 2, you got 15 points.
So for our assessment, multiple choice, choose the best answer from the given options and write the letter of your choice in capital letters on a separate sheet of paper. So for number 1, done.
Yes.
Number 2, done. 3,
Done.
4.
Yes po.
So exchange paper with your seatmates. This is our answer po. So we got the score. About 9, 8, 7 na dalawa. Wala, so very good. So for our assignment,
we have gas loss meter. So you have to search for an online article workers and identify which gas laws is applied to it or are applied to it. Make sure that you summarize the article and explain how gas laws are related to it. For example, stories related to air travel, scuba diving, or cooking with pressure cookers. You will submit this activity or this assignment next week. This is the criteria for your assignment. Seems like na-delete yung criteria natin for assignment, no? But that includes the content, selection of article, time management, presentation, creativity, and originality for a total of 30 points. So do you have any questions, class?
None.
Did you learn something today?
Yes.
Takot pa rin sa syringe?
Yes.
Okay, so what laws did we discuss?
Boyle's law and Charles law.
Which is inversely proportional?
Boyle's law.
Directly proportional?
Charles law.
So that's it for today. So I want you to stand up. And Mr. Barbie, please come in front again to our closing prayer.
Okay,
So-
class, make sure to clean your areas before you go.
Right, cameras.
Good.